Most optics in this category tend to feel like you're mounting a telescope to your rifle, but this little unit manages to stay surprisingly low profile. It's barely 10 inches long, which is a massive win if you're trying to keep your carbine feeling nimble rather than front-heavy. When you pick it up, the first thing you notice is the build quality. It feels dense and solid without being a brick. Now, the real test for any short-range optic is that 1x setting. A lot of these things suffer from a bit of a fisheye effect or distortion at the edges, but this one actually stays true. You can keep both eyes open, track your target, and move quickly without your brain trying to compensate for a weird, warped image. It's snappy, and for those fast-paced scenarios, that's exactly what you want. The glass is surprisingly clear for something in this price bracket. It's multi-coated, and you can tell because even when the lighting gets a bit tricky or you're transitioning from bright sun into a darker area, the contrast holds up well. It doesn't have that washed-out look that plagues cheaper glass. The reticle is a second focal plane design, which means it stays the same size regardless of your zoom level. Some people prefer first focal plane, but for a setup like this, having that consistent, predictable point of aim is actually a huge advantage. You aren't losing your reticle in the clutter when you're dialed down, and you aren't obscuring your target when you're pushed out to 6x. Speaking of the reticle, it's illuminated with 11 different brightness settings. It's daylight bright, which is a must-have these days, and the ballistic drop compensator is laid out in a way that doesn't feel overly busy. It's intuitive enough that you aren't spending time doing mental math while you're trying to focus on the shot. If there's a gripe to be had, it's that the adjustment turrets could have a slightly more tactile, audible click. They're functional and they hold zero just fine, but they feel a little mushy compared to the rest of the build. It's a minor quirk, but it's there. Also, keep in mind this is geared toward the airsoft and paintball crowd, so while it's built tough, it's not necessarily meant to be tossed around on a heavy recoil centerfire rifle. But for its intended purpose, it's a really solid piece of kit. It's compact, the glass is genuinely impressive for the size, and it makes target acquisition feel almost effortless. If you're looking to tighten up your setup without adding a ton of bulk, this is definitely one to keep on the radar. It's a clean, straightforward optic that does exactly what it promises without any unnecessary fluff.
Check out the video description for updated price. And thank you for watching this video.